Hello fellow tankers, this is Dauntless and welcome to Tank Showdown. Now this is a new series that I'm going to be launching tomorrow morning. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up with making these once in a while for you guys because I feel like it could be a really good idea. The premise of this series that I'm creating is rating two vehicles that are somewhat similar or they have something tying them together, whether they be tanks of a similar branch, similar category, like for instance the FV 4005 versus a 215 183, like similar tanks, similar guns. How do they rank against each other? So I'm going to be doing my best to take iconic vehicles like that and matching them, but I could be doing fun things like the worst tanks in the game, like the M3 Lee, and pitting them against other horrible tanks. And so I just thought it'd be fun to outside of tier, outside of just like, oh, how good is this tank? I'm going to be removing tier from the equation, and I'm going to be pitting two vehicles together, basing them off of a star value. So each tank is going to have the possibility of scoring up to 25 stars, and that's going to be broken down to five different divisions, each scoring 5 stars each. And I'll kind of break those down for you really quick. So the first is going to be firepower. The first thing I will say about firepower is that I have removed gun handling outside of firepower. You guys might disagree with that, but I just thought it would be the best to keep it simple to add it to a different category over to versatility. So overall firepower, what can the gun do when it's performing correctly? So things like alpha damage, how much damage you can do at once, penetration, how reliably you can go through armor, how fast does it take to reload compared to its alpha damage, how much accuracy does it have when you're shooting at a distance, autoloader, if it has one or not, and then different ammo types. Does it shoot heat versus APCR? Does it have APCR as standard shells? Does it have HESH? Does it have really good high explosive shells? So those are all things I'm going to be looking at when I'm breaking down the firepower. Survivability, I'm going to be looking at things like armor, how many hit points a vehicle has, the angles that the armor has. So even if the armor is not thick, how well can you bounce shells, kind of like let's say the UDES line, for instance. And then also in survivability, I have the size. Just because let's say you're in a tall tank like the 4005, for instance, and you're trying to hide behind a building, Arty's going to hit you. Your turret's going to be poking out. You can't really hide in bushes very well, and so the size of your vehicle is going to really drastically change how well your vehicle can survive. And then also the last one that's over here is mobility. Mostly this is going to be for light tanks, but when you're in a situation where you need to get away, maybe you get caught out in the open and need to duck down behind the hill or drive behind cover, or if you're in a light tank, for instance, how well can you dodge shells that are incoming or get around the battlefield? Those kinds of things are all going to affect your survivability. So again, 5 stars will be calculated off of that. The next category is going to be maneuverability. Now this is strictly looking at how fast the vehicle can get around the map, how well it can take positions aggressively, climb hills, top speed, how well the tank can traverse. So if it's being flanked, power to weight ratio and ground resistances. And so if you're in a swamp, how fast can you get to the opponent's cap when you need to get there quickly? So we're going to be taking a look at that as well. And then visibility. This was kind of a difficult category for me to think about because visibility, I want it to be kind of like it's a 50-50 of how well can you see the opponent versus how well they can see you. So for instance, if you're in a light tank sitting in a bush, you're going to have great visibility and they're not going to spot you back. The opponent's going to have poor visibility against you. So it's kind of a double-edged sword, I suppose, because some tanks that have very poor camo have very good view ranges. So I've clumped visibility into view range and camo values together, and then also size. Can you take a bush? Are you going to be harder to detect? That kind of thing. So, and then the last category, which was kind of an ease of use, noob-friendly versatility. How comfortable the vehicle is to play for beginners or in pretty much any situation that you find yourself in. So things like turret traverse. Are you tracked? Can you turn your turret around? Or maybe you're sitting in a bush and you don't want to lose your camo, so you don't want to turn your hull. How well can you snap a shot in? Gun depression. Can you ridge line peek, or are you going to be in like the 1-2-1 and shooting your gun straight in the air when you're trying to get a shot and expose your whole vehicle to do it? Can the vehicle hull down? Can you use small cover and keep yourself protected well? Side scraping. If you have cover that you can use like a building, how well are you going to peek around the corner and trade shots with the enemy? And then the last one is gun handling. I moved this over from firepower over to versatility because I feel like, most guns, if you have the luxury of aiming fully and firing, you're going to be really only caring about accuracy, penetration at the time, whereas versatility is how quickly can you react to a situation where something is flanking you, you suddenly spot a lighting across the map, you have to make that shot into arty before someone else takes it. I feel like that all kind of takes in versatility, because you can have the best penetration, the best alpha, the best velocity, which is actually a category that I forgot to add. That's going to actually be in versatility as well. I guess I can just clump that into gun handling. But yeah, how reliably can you use your firepower is going to be clumped into versatility. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. The first episode will be aired tomorrow morning, so keep your eyes peeled for that. It should be really entertaining. And you guys definitely let me know if there are certain tanks that you want to see pitted against each other. The first video could be a little rough because it's the new format for me. I'm just kind of thinking of ideas of how I could make this interesting. Let me know for sure if you like it and if you want to see more videos like that. But yeah, anyway, guys, thanks for watching this little teaser and guide as to this new series that I have called Tank Showdown coming tomorrow. Hopefully you guys like it. I'll catch you guys later.